Hello, loves. Welcome into your timeless mythos reading here at Soulfire Mythos Messages. I'm so grateful you're here, whether you're returning or you're joining us for the very first time. Please know that you are very welcome. You are wanted and completely safe here with me and my guides. I'm Christina. I'm a doctor of Chinese medicine and an intuitive channel here with a message for you. Today, the archetype who's stepping forward for you is Princess Kaguya of ancient Japanese legend, offering this message: you can trust the quiet truth within you. We're going to explore how this energy is moving through your life in just a moment. First, if this found you, whether you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much, love, or if this is your first time here on the channel, welcome on in. You found this, you clicked it, trust that something in this is meant for you. Because this is a collective reading, I'm connecting in with this energy and specifically targeting the needs of the folks who are checking in, who are subscribed to the channel, or who are likely to check in. Just take the parts that resonate and leave what doesn't. They're for somebody else. There is something in this for each of us. And when a moment does hit home, like the reading, to claim the energy, pull that tendril of spirit into your world. And if you haven't yet, subscribe so future Mythos messages can tune even more directly to your frequency. All right, so let's take a deep breath in and let's step back into the mythos together. So this story today is beautiful and a little bit poignant. Princess Kaguya as the moon. Princess Kaguya comes from the tale of the bamboo cutter, which is actually Japan's most ancient surviving folk tale. So the basic story: a bamboo cutter out on his business discovers a glowing infant inside a stalk of bamboo. You know, bamboo are hollow, yeah? So a baby inside this stalk of bamboo, and brings her home as his own, raising her as Princess Kaguya. As she grows, her beauty does as well, and she drew many suitors to herself. But she set impossible tasks for them, tests that none could pass. Her sadness grew as the truth returned in her heart, realizing she had always felt a longing that couldn't be filled because she was not of this world. She was a child of the moon, sent here as a baby, either as a form of punishment or exile. When the time came, the right time in her story, celestial beings descended from the moon to bring her home. She left the earth in sorrow, remembering the love and the longing of her time here. She gifted her parents with a handwritten letter and an elixir of immortality. In their deep grief, they burned the letter, which became the smoke from Mount Fuji. This story, she is the archetype of mystery, of intuition, of longing in your heart, and the truths we feel but we can't fully name. As a tarot archetype, as the moon energy, Princess Kaguya is embodying the unknown, the liminal, the intuitive, that ache in our soul that pulls us not outward, but inward. Where the sun as a card offers clarity, and we've had Apollo, the moon as Princess Kaguya asks us to trust what cannot yet be seen. So this is a day of deep intuition, deep emotional truth rising from beneath the surface. Kaguya appears when something feels off, or maybe it feels right, or maybe it just feels inevitable, and you can't explain why yet. She is a call to your soul to slow down, to trust the unspoken, to honor your longing, to let mystery reveal itself in its own timing. The moon does not lie. It simply speaks in a language that you must feel to understand. Oh, there's 2 cards there. A language you must feel to understand. Ha 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 ha. If you've been confused, if you've been doubting your own intuition, if you've been sensing a shift that you can't quite name, maybe that you're standing in a threshold, maybe you're caught in between what is known right now and what you can feel pulling you, calling you forward, Kaguya is telling you your soul knows the truth long before your mind does. Now, the energies underlying this reading today, underneath victory as, what is that, a boar? It looks like a boar. What an interesting boar. Victory and transform. And we have here what appears to be a lotus and a butterfly. Victory and transform. Allowing yourself, knowing that this call, this pull that you are feeling is pulling you toward your soul's highest truth, is pulling you toward transforming victoriously into who you came here to be. Your soul always knows. We can't lose that. It doesn't matter what your life looks like right now. Your soul always knows. All that can happen is we can forget. We can forget our own knowing. We can forget our own intuition, how to even hear the subtle messages of our heart, of our spirit. But Kaguya remembered with time. She always felt that something was off. She always knew. She chose not to receive those suitors, not because she was too haughty. She set impossible tasks because she knew that while she thought maybe they should be right for her, they simply weren't, because she was made for other things. So we see here that your soul knows the truth before your mind does. And as we said at the beginning, you can trust the quiet truth within you. And so we have here the Empress card, the 8 of Cups, and the 7 of Swords. The Empress card speaks to fertility, to abundance, to being in a season of receiving, of allowing the harvest to come to you. You see this giant, powerful tree. She doesn't go around chasing the sun. She doesn't go around chasing the water, chasing the birds, chasing the squirrels. Life comes to her. She has grown and rooted herself so sufficiently that life comes to her now. What she wants her. What she wants is delighted to be in her presence, to give to her. And this energy is coming in as we look at this feeling of longing. And there is an invitation to a change. As Kaguya had to leave behind this earthly life in the bamboo cutter's tale, she had to leave this behind in order to go where she truly belonged. She hadn't known it from the time she was a baby, but it was true. Here we have the 8 of Cups and the 7 of Swords. 8 of Cups is leaving behind an emotional situation that no longer serves you, moving on to new horizons, cutting bait, as it were, right? Letting go of what doesn't work. This might be relationships that haven't been working for you. This could be a way of interacting with yourself, an emotional pattern that you've been focusing on. This is something emotional, and we're in this energy of the moon, this deep internal feeling that is ready to transform, is ready to be left behind. And yet we also see here 7 of Swords with this sweet little fox curled in his little ball with one eye open. 7 of Swords represents doing things in a strategic way that is outside the norm. The original 7 of Swords card in the Rider-Waite Tarot was a person who had gone into 2 armies were meant to battle. And this person snuck into the enemy encampment before they got up in the morning and stole all their swords so that they would be forced to negotiate. It's approaching an issue in a way that is effective, but not combative, that is not head on, that uses your cunning and your skill and your wit to find a solution. So we're seeing here is we're looking for this victorious transformation from this feeling of longing, of not quite belonging. And there it is. She knew she didn't belong. She just didn't quite understand why. She didn't know where her place actually was. You may have been holding on to a community that isn't actually right for you. You may have been holding on to relationships that hurt you, that didn't reflect to you the highest level of your truest self. And it is time to make a shift. And Seven of Swords, this cunning, sweet fox energy, is encouraging you to be wise, to be discerning, to find a path that is not so direct, but that is clever, that is particularly well suited to the task in front of you, to the outcome that you want to see happen. Now we're going to get more clarification on this. First, I'm going to pull us a card from the Moonology deck. I'm going to throw a bunch of cards from the Moonology deck. And y'all are used to this by now, right? If it's your first time, get used to it. These cards be jumping around here. It's pretty intense. Sometimes they fly all the way across the room. Step into your power. Know you are loved and reveal what needs to be seen. Step into your power. Know you are loved. Reveal what needs to be seen. So there's this hidden aspect of the moon, and what's hidden behind that longing, is actually revealing what needs to be seen. Something that you've been hesitant to look at, hesitant to acknowledge. You know, we long for such a long time, and it's not actually because of what other people do or don't give us. It's because of what we refuse to give ourselves. Because we will refuse to offer ourselves the thing we most long for. We'll tell ourselves, I'm not allowed to have it. Who am I? Who am I to go after that thing? Who am I to claim this space? Who am I to speak with this authority? Who am I? You know who you are? You are a child of the divine. That's who you are. You are a member of a species of profoundly powerful creators. That's who you are. Step into your power. Claim that within yourself and know that you are loved. Know that you are part of this whole that we all belong to. Reveal this about yourself. You don't have to keep hiding it. You're allowed to want what you want. Your spirit is here for a particular unique reason and experience. I don't care if you want to do underwater basket weaving. That old joke, right? You can do underwater basket weaving. If that is what your soul came here to do, then do it. If you need to chuck it all for a sugarcane farm in Borneo because that's what sounds good, go do it. What is your soul longing for? The first, gosh darn, I told you these cards are flying. I don't feel like I'm that crazy of a shuffler. I really don't. We'll get them in a second. There's 2 or more cards face down on the floor over there, and I'm at a very high table here. I often stand while I'm doing these readings, and I'm a tall person, so they're a ways away. Never fear, though. I will grab them. I'm using the Black Cat Tarot because I love how much the moon appears in this deck, and it felt right for the energy of today. All right, I'm over here grabbing these, and I think it is 2. Okay, so we have 2 more cards, and they're all face down right now. There's that moon energy. There's that hidden energy. We have to reveal it one layer at a time. Let's see what we find. The 7 of Wands in reverse. Interesting. The 7 of Wands is about the challenge that comes after initially winning and being recognized. It's about how you meet that new challenge. in order to maintain what you've earned. In the reverse, I think that you don't have to keep proving yourself. I think you're holding yourself back from your truth because you think there is something more that's going to give you the right to want what you want, to be who you really are. There's something else you've convinced yourself is required before you're allowed to be that person and be in that energy. We have here the Empress in the reverse, second Empress. These are all in the reverse. And we have here the Queen of Coins in the reverse. You have not felt that you could trust yourself. Whatever the experiences were that you had, I am connecting here with an energy that lost your trust for your own judgment at some point, if you ever even really felt it. There's a sense here that you keep giving yourself new goalposts that you need to reach. Because if you think about just allowing yourself to have what you really want the most, it fills you with tremendous anxiety, with tremendous fear, with this, again, this idea that I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed. Yes, you are. I can't keep saying that. That's what you have been saying, but you are allowed. You are able to receive. You have been holding yourself back from receiving. The opportunity inside this is to allow yourself to receive, to accept, to step into your power, to accept that that longing that you have for connection, for relationship, for following your soul's deepest calling, those things that inspire you, that bring you joy, that you do just because you love them, because they are so natural and wonderful to you, that is taking you in the right direction. And you don't have to wait for something to follow it. It's available to you right now. It wants you right now as much as you want it. Remember, we were saying that with this upright Empress. So we see this opportunity is to turn this energy around, to flip this energy so that you are able to let yourself receive. You are able, like the Queen of Coins here, to enjoy the harvest and the stability that you deserve to have for all the work that you've done, for all the ways that you show up in this world as a loving, gracious, kind person. You're not uniquely fated to suffer. You're allowed to transform. You're allowed to let yourself follow this call like Princess Kaguya did, to understand that you are meant for something else. And that's not just okay, it's right. If you're not growing where you've been planted, you need to find a different field with different conditions, with different soil, because that's where you're meant to grow and thrive. You can turn this situation around because you can trust the quiet knowing that's already within you. I'm going to get one more card here as a last message from the universe to round out this reading. And now, if you haven't, you can find there is a short channeled, okay, all of this can come out then. Thank you, Spirit. There is a short channeled message on the channel as well that is a direct channeled message from Princess Kaguya. So you can click through and find that for more on this energy and to really bring it in. So this final message is we have the turtle and grounding. We have the whale and memory, and we have the wolf and mastery. Allowing yourself, as we look at this transformation and this trusting this quiet inner voice of your soul, to ground into this like the turtle. You don't have to move fast. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to run after it. This is here for you. Sink it down into your being, down into your soul, down into the ground beneath your feet. This is already yours. You wouldn't be longing for it if it wasn't. All that hasn't happened yet is physical reality hasn't kept up with what your spirit knows to be true. We're in this illusion together, this great Maya, this great illusion. But like the whale, you can remember that this is an illusion. You can trust the memory of your spirit that this longing is telling you of something, somewhere that you belong. Some calling, some action, some emotion, some connection, something that is meant to be for you. Your soul's longing, that feeling of slight displacement that you've always had despite your best efforts, that is the memory of your soul of where you want to reside in this lifetime. And it could be physically where you want to reside, but it's also this idea of coming home to yourself within yourself. This inner call, as we look at this intuition component, calling us inside ourselves to what we know, and the wolf as mastery. Wolves are extraordinarily loyal and loving creatures. They have mastered this connection to the moon, to the unknown, to trusting the call of the wild, trusting the call of nature, understanding that their innate urges are correct, are right for them. You can trust, you can ground into your knowing, your memory of your soul's greatest purpose, and allow yourself to find that mastery, to experience that mastery when you listen into what is actually true for you, rather than insisting on following someone else's truth. I so hope this has been helpful for you, darlings. Go ahead and drop "I'm ready" in the comments if this landed for you. Please be very gentle with yourselves, and I will see you in the next video.